Welcome to Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money.
Hey.
Hello, my loves, and welcome to Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money. I am Laura Lala Key, international real estate agent and also vocalist. And today we're talking about a conversation that's been kind of heating up online. I kind of been wanting to touch on this one. Umar Johnson, Dr. Umar, is mostly where it says that he's Dr. Umar, is asking for the public for financial donations. We'll explore when it's appropriate for public figures to request financial support, the risks of being exploited, as we've seen with incidents like the J. Morrison Tulsa Fund, and what safeguards the community can put in place to ensure funds are used responsibly. But here's the question. How do we balance supporting leaders we believe in with being able to protect ourselves financially? Listen, I have a great panel today of queens. We're going to have Marlo Layson come in soon. She's our TV film producer. We have Yolanda Spivey, Insurance Brokers to the Stars, and Erica Lewis, author of Faith in Transition. Hello, queens. How are you? It's Friday, and not only is it Friday, y'all. You know what we do on Fridays, right? Right. It's Blackout Friday. We do not shop where they don't respect our money. We are making an impact. So please make sure that, you don't go to the big wigs that decided that DEI wasn't a priority for them, and show them just how much our dollars mean, because they do. And don't forget, when you do that, we're asking you also to find a local Black business and go spend your dollars there. All right. So that excites me. Y'all know I get excited every week when we talk about that. That's just one of my favorite things. But I need to ask you, queens, because when I saw this, the first thing I thought of was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. I have so many issues with Dr. Umar in the first place. Something doesn't sit right with me about him. So I want to hear your initial thoughts on what you found, what you were thinking about when you heard him ask for the funds. So Erica, I'm going to start with you. What was your first thoughts on hearing him ask for money?
Thoroughly entertained. I'm always here for good entertainment, and Dr. Umar is just that. Dr. Umar is to not be taken seriously. He is for entertainment purposes only, and he needs to start using that as a disclaimer. I'll give it to him. Sir, you can use that. This is for entertainment purposes only. Feel free to use it. Everyone's using it because, if this school project was, 10, 15, if not 20 years in the making. Let's just be honest. We've come through COVID. We got out of COVID. He could have started a micro school. He could have started online learning if he was serious. Why people were sending him money, it is beyond me. But yeah, it was for me. It was just a level of entertainment because he has been unhinged for quite some time.
I do the word vomit with him irritates me. It just irritates me to no fault. But a lot of the times that's what gets the attention, and he obviously is getting that attention. So Yolanda, what was your thoughts when you first heard him asking for money? But let's be straight, y'all. Now, it wasn't like he was asking for money for the school. This time he's asking you to come and bail him out because he cannot access his bank accounts and things of that nature. So I want to say that, because most people are like, oh, money might be asking for money for school. No, baby, this was, I'm broke. They froze my accounts and I need money. Y'all need to send me some. Here's my Cash App. Here's my Zelle. Okay, Yolanda, I needed to get that out before I went ahead. What
Yeah.
is it called?
Okay, because you know I'm about to bring it. Yo, crackhead. You know, only crackheads ask for $5. Okay. So it sounding very cocaine-ish, very crackish to me. I'm very disappointed in Umar. Like Erica said, he do need a disclaimer to say that this is for entertainment purposes only, because at this point, my trust, okay, in Dr. Umar is diminished. When he first came out, and I knew that he was lying about being the son of Fred, you know, the grandson of Frederick Douglass, because actually my family is a descendant of Frederick Douglass, and we never heard of him before. All right. So
Wow.
yeah, so my thing is this. Yeah, when he first came out, yo, La, I was so into him. You know, first of all, I thought he was charismatic, handsome, and everything. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I have a son. I'm like, yes, my son is going to his school. Yes. You know, I even donated to him. Yeah, I was a fool. I donated money to his cause only because I really truly believed in his mission. But as many grifters that we find that are in our community, they're coming along, and he just proved himself to be the ultimate grifter, because even after he took the school money and he spent it, he's still asking the public for more money. I mean, it's no end. And also as a business person, it's very embarrassing. As a man, it's embarrassing to be asking the public for money. Where is your credit card? Where are your credit card? Where are your lines of credit that you need to utilize in case of an emergency, instead of coming to the public and asking for dollars, which is why I say crackhead and cocaine head, allegedly.
Yeah, I agree, because for one, business 101, if you're even trying to start a school, let's be very honest, you need to have some kind of business sense.
Yes.
Right? You need to be
And that
able
he
to
does not
do your
have.
checks and balances, and 10 years and you still haven't done this. And then now all of a sudden, you've raised a lot of money in the past, right? But you can't even access your money. You don't even have pillow money, like, what we call bra money. You ain't
Yeah,
got no bra
girl.
money,
I got
bro.
$10 in my bra right now.
Right now.
Right?
I mean, but
So
if
let's
we
see
think
what our
about it,
family is saying out here, because listen, I didn't have to ask them the question. They just immediately started putting in their comments. And so Leroy says Dr. Umar is not a leader. Who and what has he led? If you are leading and no one is following, you're just going for a walk. I absolutely love that.
Ooh, I like
Lori said, though I love that, needs to be on the shirt, don't it?
yes,
Lori
it
said they
does.
have been. He's been going. When is he going to be doing something? Right? Right. They've been raising money, right?
yes.
Um, to me, it's just absolutely ludicrous. But Melicon said, if it's for a worldly cause, then yes. But for just financial gain, then hell no. Too many people are doing this now to continue to go on taking from the Black community without results. I hate to say this. I'm going to just stop. I want to read a couple more of these comments before we do the video. But I think that also adds a lot of insult to injury when we as a community struggle so much. We struggle so much. Like when the world has a cold, baby, we got pneumonia.
Oh, yeah.
And when we try to put our trust into something and back things and it backfires like this, to me, that is a massive insult to our communities. And there's just so far that you can go with that. I mean, it's just too
Embarrassing
like,
too, Lala. It's embarrassing.
it is.
Because it just shows that we really don't have any true blue people sitting in our communities. Nobody is true anymore. Where the
I
Malcolm
know.
X's? Where the Martin Luther Kings? They don't
I
exist
know.
anymore.
I
And if
know.
they do, we don't hear from the unsung heroes. We don't know where they are.
But my thing is, at this point, I feel like a lot of times we have to move in silence just to get anything done. Now, Erica, you were shaking your head a lot. You were agreeing with us. I still want to get your take on this. Do you feel like, this is kind of not only an embarrassment, but a slap in our face?
It's a combination of the two. I mean, if you think about it, over the last, let's say, year or so, when he's been on his social media rants, When has he talked about the school? He said nothing about it. It's always about no snow bunnies, no this, no that. It's all about emotional rhetoric. And I've talked about this before. People know how to get reaction out of us in the Black community using emotional rhetoric just to get us anything that gets us laughing, anything that gets us unfocused and taken off of the issues at hand. We're in for it. And so he's just kind of dragged this thing along. And I believe it's been closer to 15 or 20 years, more so than 10, that this school thing has been an issue. And I mean, the money is gone. Whatever people gave him, that money has been spent. He used it to fund his life and travel. He's traveling and doing speaking engagements. So he was actually here in New Jersey about a week ago. And there were three people there were 3 people in the audience. 3 on a beautiful
serious,
Sunday.
girl?
I'm dead serious. It was somewhere in Newark. I don't remember exactly where, but I stumbled across it on TikTok and I said, "Oh, he's here?" And there were like 3 people in the audience.
That's embarrassing. So this is where he was reduced. He's reduced to 3 people in the audience.
Because to me, I'd rather him only have those 3 than have people say, "Oh, let's help him."
That's true. True.
Now, Jason Johnson said, "Hell no, don't give him a dime. He already squandered the school's money." Oh, Erica, you're frozen. But Jason was agreeing with her. So it says, Jason, I'm sorry, you got frozen, Erica, and I couldn't hear you. But Jason is agreeing with you by saying, hell no, don't give him a dime. He already squandered the school's money. We're not expected to put his daily life. I agree with that. And then we also have Ara, who said, I've been giving to Umar for 10 years. He did buy 2 buildings, but that's it. Now he wants more money. I'll admit I gave toward his school years ago, and now I'm feeling played. No way am I giving again. Wow. With that, let's take a commercial, because guess what? That's some stuff to say right there. We'll be right back.
Woo! It's a good show right here. But I'm biased. If you are just tuning in, you are watching Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money. My name is Tiara Williams. I'm also known as Miss Black Hollywood, and I'm the proud producer of this show because it is lit. If you want to receive notifications for when we go live Monday through Friday, 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All you have to do is text the word Queens to 87948. That's Queens to 87948. That's QUEENS to 87948. Also, if you want to grow your money and not blow your money, all you have to do is go to flynubianmoney.com. There's all kinds of resources, there's courses, there's free giveaways. There's just no reason to be broke in 2025. All you have to do is go to flynubianmoney.com. Obviously, you don't want to be entertained here. You want to know enough to grow. Wait, I need to put that on a shirt. You got to know to grow. Got to know to grow. So know and grow.
What if they took the letter off the elementary school? Brothers and sisters, we need your donation so we can pay this bill. They say we owe $20,000 on the elementary school. They say we owe $20,000 on the high school. They say we owe approximately $20,000 on the elementary school. They say we owe approximately $20,000 on the high school. Our accounts are frozen. Our accounts are frozen. Our accounts are frozen. We need y'all to help us pay this bill. We're going to fight like hell to get our accounts freed up. We're going to fight like hell to get our accounts freed up. But if we don't, y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. Y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. Y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. You don't have to root for me, brother. I don't need you. I got more than enough supporters. But I want everybody to know that there might be a protest soon. We need you to come in from Africa, from Europe, from Australia, from Canada, to come in from all the 50 states and show the city of Wilmington, Delaware. You will not disrespect black people. You will not sabotage black people. You will not discriminate against black people. And you will not try to steal property from black people.
Bro, that don't, no. just no. You calling people from Africa. You calling people, no, bro. And there's so many Africans that have come out and said, do not follow him. We do not subscribe to him. We do not anything. Where is the money? Listen, they don't just freeze accounts for no reason. there is something going on behind this that we don't know about. Yolanda, do you think that he has squandered this money and now needs to replace it?
White lines. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, let me stop. Did he squat? Of course he did. Okay, Lala, let me tell you. So when Omar first got that big chunk of money, and it was about 15 years ago, okay, because I've been following him for the last 15 years. When he first got that big chunk of money, I remember he got on social media. Next thing I knew, he flew his whole entire crew to Africa, okay? And they were just living it up. Then I saw his ass up in Asia, one of those, either China or Japan, and he was in the tub, one of those salt bath houses. And he was just living it up, and he was just on the camera like, you know, King Kong consciousness is doing the darn thing. And like he was just, and I said, oh my gosh, this is where my $500 that I donated to him went. It's up in it's in Japan with him living it up. So he took a lot of money. He took a lot of celebrities' money. Yeah, of course. He's misusing the funds, and not in a good way.
You know, but he's not the only one. There's so many people that do the same thing. You've got all these online ministers flying private planes and everything like that. But like I said, this is insult to injury to me. Let's look at some of the comments that we have coming in. And this is a hot topic, obviously. Ours says, Umar has traveled the world, which is fine. But I'm wondering, did he use FDMG money to do it? I believe that he has.
He absolutely
Rita said, was there an accounting of funds? Produce a budget to address the concerns. Rita, I think that you have a really good point. You know what? You're out here asking, where's the proof of all of this? Like if you really want to show your transparency, you will come out and show your transparency where all these funds are or why. Because he said somebody took off with the note saying that he owed money. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. I'm in real estate, y'all. I have had to put a many doors saying, I'm sorry, you got to move out, because I work with REO banks, and there is a procedure to that. They don't just come once. And I'm going to tell you, we use industrial tape to make sure that that's there if you don't answer your door. All right. So you can't tell me that he lost that, because we don't just come once. We're required to go anywhere from 3 to 5 times to put notices on the door. Incog says, for a PhD, he sure is a hot mess.
Yes.
And I have to agree with you,
why I think that is a bigger issue that we do not see. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Umar is now hanging out with a bigger crowd, celebrities and things of that nature. We don't know what he's into at this point. You know, we don't know what he has fallen into, you know, so in trying to keep up with his crowd of people. So
yes. Yeah. And someone earlier said that he actually snubbed Dr. Boyce. Well, baby, let me tell you something. You obviously need to learn something
from Dr.
if you
Boyce.
Can't manage your money, because as I recall, Dr. Boyce got a PhD in this and he know what he's doing. B1 all the way.
And he should have remained friends with Dr. Boyce so he can learn some financial tips on how to grow the money that he was stealing from the public. I mean, really, Lala, if you think about it, Umar could have used that money, flipped it in the market, okay, and had some money to live off the interest of that money instead of using the money that the people donated. But no, he's foolish. And you know what? I see a lot of our brothers do this, even when they're in the streets and they're selling drugs and stuff like that. They're making all this money. I'm like, okay, now, yes, buy up the block so that you can have something to fall on. But they never buy up the block, and then they get incarcerated. And when they come back to nothing. And I just don't understand that mindset. If you're going to do something illegal, make sure that you do it and it generates some type of generational wealth with it.
Yes. You know, Dr. Vibe says we are not hearing the full story. Dr. Umar needs to be honest. And I do agree with you, Dr. Vibe, on that. There is so much more of the story that we are not hearing. However, we are going to hear it. Because, you know, I hate to say it, once somebody comes out like this, internet sleuths and all these people now will start going back and going, wait a minute, hold up. They're going to follow the rabbit hole of this. they will follow the rabbit hole of this money. So, but this brings me, I mentioned, ministers and other people of that matter. So I want to ask you, Yolanda, do you think that it's appropriate for a public figure to ask for donations personally, not for business? But if they do ask for business, do you believe that the people who donate should be required to have a documented thing showing where their money went?
No. So, well, yeah, they should have a documented thing for where their money went. Yes. Okay. But your first question, no, I don't think that public figures should ask the public for money. It's actually embarrassing to ask the public for money. It shows that you're mismanaging your money. Why are you asking the public for money? And my ninja, why didn't you go to your family members or somebody, a friend or something, before you came to the public for money? This just shows that he's trying to get a bigger cash grab. He's thinking that his followers, which are many, will all donate a little something, which will give him a bigger grab. But no, it's inappropriate. Okay. As a business person, make sure that you are always set up in some way. If the government frees your bank accounts, fine, live off your credit cards or your line of credit until you get yourself together, until you are able to resolve that issue. It's embarrassing. So no, don't.
It is. I don't know about you, but I'm very picky and choosy about where I donate my money.
Of course I
And
am. Yeah, I am.
and even much so that I don't. I'm sorry, I may get some flack for this, but I don't donate to the Susan K. Komen for cancer, none of that, because I have found that the people who really need it don't get it. I have had friends, unfortunately, who have gone to that organization and got turned down. So you have to be very careful about where you're putting your money if you are really serious about putting your donations somewhere. Also, we're all trying to be good stewards of our money. You also have to watch your financial household's income as well to make sure that you protect them. Now, yes, does that mean you always, sometimes you don't get duped? There's sometimes that I see somebody that I may on the street, I'll give some money, but sometimes I'll be like, Lord, whatever they do, just with it, just bless them, whatever, because you never know what they're going to do with that money. But on this level of financial people and donations, you must be very careful about where you're putting your money. So we already know that you've donated to him before, and you told us that you were really sorry about that, and someone else actually said that too.
I'm not sorry about it, because money is energy. Money is not real. Money is energy. So my intentions towards the project was real. So believe me, Lala, I made that then some. Okay, I'm not worried about the couple of dollars I donated to him. All right.
It's interesting because you're right. Money is energy. And you know what? Energy. Sometimes you just have to just let it go like that. But, but we've talked about this, but I do want to know what your thoughts on. So can fundraising, because it's not just him, can fundraising be very exploitive, even if the cause is legitimate?
Yes, it can be. I mean, just look at our brother Jay Morrison, and I'm sorry I'm bringing him up. I really didn't want to, but he had raised millions of dollars with the Black community for his Tulsa real estate fund, and everybody believed in that mission. I was even pumped. Yo, Lala, okay, I was even going to donate to that, but guess what happened? The universe stepped in and stopped my computer. My computer wasn't working, girl. It just crashed down. I was like, oh, maybe that's a sign for me not to donate, or to get any stocks from this place. And I'm happy I didn't, because look what happened at the end. No one made out. They actually funded Jay Morrison's lifestyle. They bought his house, they bought his land. And I mean, I don't know what happened afterwards, with the people, but it's just sad. So no, fundraiser, it can be good, but it is very so misused by public figures.
I might get some flack for this one too, because I just really do believe in being very honest with what we found out. I have to say I was a huge supporter before I really started learning about Black Lives Matter.
Oh,
Ooh,
girl.
Lala said it. Lala said it.
I
Let me
wasn't
tell
a
you.
supporter of Black Lives Matter. I felt something strange with that one.
Baby, when I found out some of the things that happened with that, not just in LA, but in my hometown, Louisville, Kentucky, I actually emailed them. I tried to get in contact with them. I wanted to be a part of the marches, be a part of the organization, be a part of what can we do? And, I'm a vocalist. I was like, hey, we got a song that we can donate to raise money. They never, ever, 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 ever bothered to get back with me. And then we find out later that some of these organizers went and purchased $1 million homes, y'all,
See
with
what
the
I'm
money.
saying? Yeah.
So, and then they were saying that, well, we're using this for events. Well, I'm sorry, you've lost my trust. And so therefore, my question is, what are you really doing with these funds? Because if you're just taking and living high off the hog, then I'd rather go and give plates to the homeless in the streets. Okay. And I do that, but I'm just saying, I'd rather put my energies towards something that is really going to make a change.
Well, we have to understand, Lala, that these people that are raising money, like Umar and Black Lives Matter, they're folk that never had nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
And so when you have folk that never had anything really in their lives and they get this large sum of money, they go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay.
Yeah, they
and
do.
they just don't know how to manage. The greed starts to take over, And like I always say, everybody have a price, including me. I just wasn't offered it yet. So
Right.
Hey,
Everybody has a line, right? Everybody has a line.
You may have a price too, like nobody offered it to you yet. A price where you have to rethink yourself, like, oh wow, would I sacrifice this for that? Would I do
think that's a test. I
It
think
is a
that's
test.
It's a test for us.
test.
Oh, this is deep, y'all. I'm having myself a good old time in this conversation, and I y'all are too, because the comments are popping. But we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to get back into this. We'll be right back.
I know. You're busy, you got things to do, and you can't take us on the go with you every single day. Good news for you. We are now on Spotify. So if you can't watch us, now you can listen to us on Spotify. Search Fly Nubian Money and all the episodes shall appear. All you have to do is like, subscribe, leave a 5-star rating, leave some comments, tell people how you love us so that when other people come along and are looking for a great show to watch, they can find Fly Nubian Money too. One last thing, and just in case you've been sitting under a rock, Fly Nubian Money now has an investment club. We are the Fly Nubian Money Club. It's easy. All you have to do is go to flynubianmoneyclub.com, and I am committed to bringing in top experts from all industries to help you level up. They're teaching us the skills that we need to compete in this market. We often say that nobody is coming to save us, not the government, but guess what? We're coming to save us. I'm coming to save you with the Fly Nubian Money Club. So listen, all you have to do again is go to flynubianmoneyclub.com. We have a 30-day free trial set up just for you, just for those people that are struggling. Even if you ain't struggling, you ain't got to struggle. I'm coming. Okay, let me stop playing. I'll see you soon.
So Dr. Umar Johnson has been out here begging and carrying on. Came out here and tried to blame a black woman that he solicited on the fucking internet to help him book a show and use her to take care of his mama that gets government assistance and shit. They in a nasty ass house. I mean, the interview was just horrible, okay? She told us that he was having financial issues, okay? And a lot of y'all tried to tell y'all, called him a D and all that stuff, but she came through with some valuable information. She said that he didn't have no money. This is how things went. She gave us the rundown. Stuff I've been telling y'all for years, but y'all tell me, ease up off Umar. He's the good one. Spit on that. Umar went live last week to say that his accounts were frozen and that he was broke and that he needed people to cash up, and he's never asked for donations. This video.
And the bank told me to enter my 16-digit card number. I did that. They told me they had no record of my account. The bank that I've been with since I was a teenager told me they had no record of my account. So then I called the bank. And the bank told me that my personal account, as well as the independent Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy account, have both been frozen. Both bank accounts have been frozen. Both bank accounts have been frozen. And I was told that there is an investigation into my personal account as well as the school account. I asked them, was this due to suspicion of any fraud on my part? I was told that it was not due to suspicion of any fraud on my part, but I was told that it was due to suspicion of fraudulent activity. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account and the FDMG account. I was told that someone has been trying to gain.
Just because you repeat it 3 times, bro, don't mean that's going to make it any better. So Rita says, yes, but we learned that a legitimate trusted board of directors need to be in place before donating. This was from our conversation about should you be able to be transparent about when you get donations. A plan needs to be in place, quarterly meetings to keep everyone honest and needs to be held. Feather says every FBA is not like this. Umar is one that has poor money management and has had a hard time managing everything, including the building. This is what we're saying. You must be able to if you don't have the skills, you need to have a strong team to help you to do this. There's nothing wrong with having a team. You cannot do everything at all. You can't claim to be an expert at every single thing. We all have different gifts. Let's see. Oh, Anonymous says everyone can't be bought. Some of us have morals and integrity. But did you not hear me say, Anonymous? I believe that sometimes that's a test for us, right? We all go through tests, right? And Feather said Dr. Umar had a pull and he did use his pull correctly. Such a shame. Listen, this just irks me to my heart. It just really does, because so many of us want someone to be able to step into a good leadership role. And we know that we have someone that is of integrity. Dr. Umar, to me, does not represent integrity. He represents division to me in our community. And we cannot have that division, because we can't move forward as one and in unity when we have that division like that. But that brings me to a good question. So Yolanda, do you think that there are historical examples of donations that have actually worked in our communities? Just call up a couple of them outside of the civil rights movement. If you can think of one that has been successful, which one can you share with us?
Oh my goodness, Lala, why you gotta put me on? Because I was gonna reference the civil rights movement. Because
okay, go ahead. Because you know what? Obviously, we are back here again, right? We need to be at that level again. Go ahead.
Because that's the only time that I remember. Well, girl, that's before my era, but that's the only time I remember when Black people were more unified at one point, where they did put their dollars together and they made stuff happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think, did it happen in the 70s? I don't recall. Did it happen in the 80s, 90s, and the 2000s? I don't recall. I mean, at this point, the Black community is no longer a community. Everybody is selfish. It's like do for self. And I even seen one comment where a girl said, well, we shouldn't be looking for leaders. You step up. Okay, I step up every day for my life. You know what I'm saying? For my life. And if somebody else needs help, or it's, my kids, whoever, if you need help, Lala, whoever. I just had one of my clients call me today because he needed help. And I told him to go to the Nation of Islam on some racial stuff. So
and that's the thing.
We're here to help each other, though. That's another thing. Even though, yes, we're supposed to be our own leaders and everything, we're here to love and to help each other. That's the purpose of life, too.
Exactly. Which ties right into what Malcolm X is saying. He says, why in the world do people need a leader? What happened to self-governance? That's the problem. Looking for someone to lead. And that's how Umar got here. I don't disagree with you. I really do not disagree with you on that. But I do believe that there's also power in massive numbers, as we have seen historically. But I also totally agree with Yolanda. Look how long that has been. The things that we used to do that did work, it doesn't seem are working today. because of the division, because
I know
of
why it's
people.
not working.
Tell me.
It's working. It's not working because people are afraid. When you are a true blue loyal Black person in the United States, you are a dead man walking. Okay, you're a dead man walking straight up. Everybody who has stood up. I
Right.
was just reading the story of Fred Hampton this morning. Okay, from his widow wife who was pregnant while they murdered him in the bed while she was
Yes.
in the bed with him. Okay.
Yes.
So everybody who is honorable always die. And I think that the men today, or even the women today, they know that they have a marker on their head if they stand up and they do something right. Okay. They know they
Yes.
have a marker on their head.
Yes.
So if you
Yes.
see a civil rights leader that's still around and you know they hobnob with Martin Luther King and they still alive, just know
Yes.
that they've been sold.
You know, and I see that because the minute you
But you don't make
do
it out of there
something,
alive. You don't
I
make it out
agree.
of this thing alive. You've
No,
been
you
sold.
don't.
You've been bought, my nigga. Excuse my language.
No, but it's true. Um, let's take a quick break because that is a really great lead in to our next segment, and I think that needs to be addressed. Quick break. We'll be right back.
I know you're busy, you got things to do, and you can't take us on the go with you every single day. Good news for you. We are now on Spotify. So if you can't watch us, now you can listen to us on Spotify. Search Fly Nubian Money and all the episodes shall appear. All you have to do is like, subscribe, leave a 5-star rating, leave some comments, tell people how you love us so that when other people come along and are looking for a great show to watch, they can find Fly Nubian Money too. One last thing, and just in case you've been sitting under a rock, Fly Nubian Money now has an investment club. We are the Fly Nubian Money Club. It's easy. All you have to do is go to flynubianmoneyclub.com, and I am committed to bringing in top experts from all industries to help you level up. They're teaching us the skills that we need to compete in this market. We often say that nobody is coming to save us, not the government, but guess what? We're coming to save us. I'm coming to save you with the Fly Nubian Money Club. So listen, all you have to do again is go to flynubianmoneyclub.com. We have a 30-day free trial set up just for you, just for those people that are struggling. Even if you ain't struggling, you ain't got to struggle. I'm coming. Okay, let me stop playing. I'll see you soon.
I've never asked the people for $1. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life.
So hit that Cash App. Let me see who on the Cash App. Where them donations at? Where them donations at? Hit the Cash App.
Where them Cash Apps at, y'all? Ain't nobody came through yet. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Maybe something wrong with the Cash App, because I know y'all gonna send me something. With a Cash App. Okay, there we go. Sister Jenny, $21. Dang. Okay, thank you, Sister Jenny. That might have been your last dollar. The credit card, go make a donation. I got to get this electric on in the high school. I know this is going to cost us at least $100,000 to get this electric done. It's going to cost us some money, brothers and sisters. Make sure you donate. Brothers and sisters, give me your grit money. Give me your weave money. Give me your perm money, your Jordan money, your Alizé money, your 40-ounce money. We need the money, brothers and sisters. How about you hit the Cash App? They broke the windows, so we got to pay. Brothers and sisters, hit your Cash App. $ FDMG School. Hit the Cash App, brothers and sisters.
Thank you, Sister Avanti, $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister.
I know you barely had that. Not only are they donating money to this mofo, he's being disingenuous to them. He's being disrespectful to them. How dare
I mean, it made me sick to my stomach. Now, so much to listen. We had our producers like, I got in. Hey,
Yeah,
Tiara.
thank you for jumping in, girl.
God help me get. Listen, when we lost Erica, I was like, and then I love that video. It made me laugh because again, he's saying like, I never asked the Black community for anything, and then I found this beautiful, beautiful gift of him asking every day for something. And like, you know, obviously it made Yolanda upset, but I was just like overwhelmed. Right. And people were still, but the thing is, people were still sending. So, you know,
Yeah.
anyway, hey y'all. I
Hey,
just wanted to
girl.
say hey.
Well, you know, Yolanda and I done spit a lot of things out, but the comments are popping. But I
Yeah,
want to
they
know
are.
your take on this. So, you know, what was your initial thoughts on that? What is your feelings about Dr. Umar at all?
Like Yolanda, I used to love Dr. Umar. I thought he was brilliant. You know, he had a lot of charisma, like a lot of black men or a lot of black leaders in our community, right? We gravitate towards this type of personality, the charismatic black strong leader who has the gift of gab, can, you know, basically talk you out of anything, right? That's Dr. Umar. And we go for that. We believe in that. We believe in the pastor and the preacher. They all kind of have the same cadence, right? Where it's like black people, you know, I wanted to come on and say, Miss Black Hollywood is here. Miss Black Hollywood is here. Miss Black Hollywood is here. Like, why do you need to say that 3 times? Like, why do you need to do that? Right? Just to make sure that we got, like, there's that cadence, and it
Yeah.
really does. It's effective with black people. We are conditioned for that, you know? So
We are.
so, you know, that I believed in Dr. Umar. So funny because as we approached the first or the 10th, our 10th year anniversary for the All Black National Convention, I remember at the first Black National Convention, Boyce didn't have an issue with Dr. Umar, but Dr. Umar was like hiding in the bushes outside the Fox Theater. Like he was hiding in, y'all. He was like hiding, like just imagine somebody like hiding behind a pole, like
Oh my
watching what.
God, you got to
Yes,
spill more tea. Spill
yes,
it.
Embarrassing.
yes. That first year, he was like kind of like surveillancing the building to see what was happening. Dr. Boyce was like, well, he can come in if he want. He can. I'll even put him on stage. But he had an issue. But I knew then that there was maybe some mental health issues. I mean, that's just my personal stance. When I watch Dr. Umar, I just see a man who's maybe got some personal,
I agree
like
with you.
Yolanda said, being in Hollywood, being around certain people, living a certain lifestyle, being exposed to a certain thing, may have had him chasing waterfalls that he is not used to. And I think we're just
Right.
seeing, like, the result of that, because he is not well. He is not well. He is not well.
He is not one girl. It's like he almost like developed a narcissistic attitude, and he probably already had a touch of it before,
Yeah.
but now that he is who he is, it's just magnified, because you know how they say when you get rich, it magnifies who you are when you were poor. Once you come into a
Yes.
whole bunch of, right. So it's the same thing with him. I think what we're seeing is this attitude that magnified his famous persona. His ego is huge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
You can see
Yeah.
it. With a touch of entertainment, right? Because
Right.
Yeah.
that's another thing that Black people love is entertainment. That, it is. That's
Oh,
what
we
we
are a
love. That's what
colorful
we
people. We
I
that's
would
what
are
we
a colorful
gravitate
well,
people.
towards.
I would be
Huh?
pissed off if I donated $21 to this fool and he tell me, "Oh, that I believe that's all you had." So girl,
It was like,
don't let me
okay.
slap you with my wallet, Dr. Umar. You know what I'm
Right?
saying? Exactly. Like, what the hell?
The audacity
The
of that,
audacity. Yeah,
because
it's so
some people
disrespectful.
truly do give you the last of what they have and will go without. People who really get behind you and are behind you all the way, they will go without
That's
to
so
Will.
give
true.
to
Yeah.
you,
And
right?
it's mostly people that does not have anything that is supporting him,
Yes.
because they really feel that he is going to like be a savior to our community. That's
Yeah.
what that is. So yeah, I really rarely don't see any rich people donating to him. No.
No.
Maybe before, maybe in the
At
beginning.
the very
Um,
beginning, when he was more true, I believe. And let me just say something about Dr. Umar. When he first began, I believe that there was some truth behind his mission. I really do. And that's why I also donated. There was some truth behind his mission, but again, he fell off course because some things was coming at him fast and furious. He was hobnobbing, with celebrities and other things, and he may have like reared off course. But at the beginning, I believed in him.
yeah,
And I
absolutely.
believed, Yes, and I even submitted my resume to his academy at one point because I said, well, I would like to teach there. You know,
Yeah.
I would like to teach there because I'm a former teacher. I would like to teach there.
Yeah.
Some of these comments are very interesting. I do want to pull in some of these concepts. Uh, oh, I lost the comment I really wanted to say.
Oh, I
There
seen
was
it too,
one?
Lala. I seen it.
the one that was like, instead of kicking a black man while
Oh,
he's
when he's
down,
down. Yeah.
um,
I don't know. We need to support. So this young man, all this whole time, has been saying we need to support Dr. Umar, and there are people that have a heart for him and have a heart for his mission. But I think we just have to look at and ask people like QJ, DJ, where's the results, right? We've been talking for 15 years, and he said something about somebody else said something about the FBI driving this man crazy and all of that. But if I'm being honest, I've really watched and y'all this is not me big upping. I just spent a lot of time with Dr. Boyce, and I've seen he's introduced me to Dr. Cornel West. He's introduced me
Mhm.
to Farrakhan. I mean, just I've gotten to be in a lot of spaces with Dr. Boyce and watching how he's Dr. Claude Anderson, watching him maneuver through all of these spaces with integrity and with Black people at heart has really changed my mind about how like somebody that's responsible, how you handle the Black community. It's like, well, I just want to give as much as I can to the Black community, even though he could charge, even though he's like, well, we need more money for the Black Business School, let's say. But we'll just work hard until we get here. I got strategies. I don't want to go to the public and say, hey, can you fund this fund my company? So I've seen somebody do it, and they do it in a way that I feel like, and I'm talking about like every day, right? For the last 15 years, watch somebody do it with integrity. So when I see other leaders and I see them just kind of like you said earlier, Lala, getting ahead of themselves, like, Black Lives Matter, I think, took in $91 million, and there's really no receipts outside of lavish living. So I would challenge the people in the comments saying like, oh, it's the FBI and with the conspiracies. It's just like, I don't know. I just don't. I think there's something there, right?
Okay,
If
fine. Let it
there's
be the
something
FBI.
there, there's
Let it be
but
the
something
here's
there.
the thing.
But
Here's
why,
what I
when are
want
we
to
going to hold
hear.
him accountable? When are we going to hold him accountable?
Exactly.
Right?
Right.
At some point, you must be held accountable, just like you need to be held accountable with your own self. It's not like we're just saying, we're not doing that. We are literally saying you must start with yourself. And with us starting with ourselves is to making sure that our monies are going to the right places. And if we
Exactly.
find out that it's not being done properly, then we no longer donate to those and we call them out. So listen, QJ, DJ,
Right.
listen, I hear you talking, love. We talk here. We talk back and forth at this show. We don't talk at you. So come on with your solutions, because
Yeah,
I want to hear
exactly.
what you got to say. You're saying that we're putting him down, but
We're
what
not
have
putting
you
him down.
proven to us that is getting done? So tell us what you think about that, right? So do we hold
Do we
white
hold
people
white people
accountable?
I don't
You
accountable?
hang out.
damn right.
Yeah,
I
that's right.
hold
We
white
do.
people
And I
accountable.
don't hang out with them to make them accountable to anything in my life.
Listen, you're gonna get my queens riled up, kid. You got to go. You got to go. You got them. You listen. As the producer of this show, you got to relax, right? Like, just
I mean, I hold people accountable all the time. I
that's
will
right.
ask
That's
them.
right.
I even hold my clients accountable. Listen, when I'm dealing with you trying to get a house and you lying about your money, and I'm like, oh, did you report this? Like, I am just that type of person, because if I'm not, then what type of a good human being am I if I don't hold my own self accountable in my business and in my private life?
Exactly.
There you go. It's a thing
Exactly.
called character.
And let me
It
tell you something,
fucking
guys out there.
matters.
If I donated to Dr.
You can keep
Umar's
talking. I'm just
school,
playing.
I'm sorry, if I donated to Dr. Umar's school, I have the right to say something if I don't see any receipts. Okay. I have the right. And I did not donate just a few dollars. I didn't donate $21. All right.
Right.
I've donated some hundreds of dollars to him.
Can I
right.
just say that? Can I just say this really quick before we go to the next commercial? It says Gerald says if Umar is a scammer, he would be in jail. I'm gonna just say
He's
that
on his way.
I mean Jay
That's why
Morrison is in
him.
is Jay Morrison in jail? He's
No,
not in jail, right? He's not in
and he
jail.
took a
Is
bigot.
Donald Trump in jail?
They come
No, he's in the
on.
freaking White House.
Girl,
No, shut
Gerald.
shut the show off right now because that was a word. Like we can just hang up right now.
That's it. That's
We
the
can
word.
just hang up right now.
That's it.
Just
We gonna-
saying.
let's go to the next video, y'all.
Okay.
Y'all, the inevitable has happened. The inevitable has happened. The Prince of Pan-Africanism. He about to become the pauper of panhandling. Okay, listen, it's been like, what, 10 years of begging for donations for a school that never was? I don't know. It's hard to keep up. The story just keeps changing. But Dr. Umar Johnson, y'all, he about to lose it all to an auction.
This past weekend, without an email, this past weekend, without a letter in the mail, this past weekend, without a phone call, the city of Wilmington put a notice on the door handle of both of our schools, informing me that if we don't pay the past due vacant property registration fees and outstanding utilities by the 25th of Black August, they will sell our campus.
Now, here's the reasons that he is presenting. It's racism. It's the white man trying to hold him down, and you struggle streamers on the internet just don't want him to have nothing nice. But y'all, it is neither of those reasons. The man is losing the school or the shell of a school that it's just a building because he didn't pay the bills. Okay, he owes some money, he didn't pay it, and in my opinion, he came up with that story about the freezing of the account just to circumvent the fact that he knew this was going to happen. But there's a lesson in this. This is what happens when a socialistic minded person has to come to grips with math. Right? Like the money runs out of other people's money. Excuses just start to pile up. And then the only thing left to do is for you to blame other people. But the question is this really racism? I mean, is it really? Or is this just bad money management? I'm of the opinion it's bad money management. However, I recorded an entire video on this. I do the full breakdown over.
I agree with that very much. So it's bad money management. Now, someone did say in our comments, Umar scammed the community out of $1.7 million. And here we are a decade later with no school. Well, I quickly looked up some stats on that. And what I'm finding is the consistent number says 4 million.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. 4 million.
And who knows? You can't track that, what's going to a Zelle or a Cash App. You can't,
No.
I mean, you can't really track the cash if you sit in it. There's certain spaces where it's just like, he doesn't have to report certain things depending on what account it goes to. Right. And then there's also a loophole with donations, right?
Mhm.
Like where
Yeah.
if it's donations, you don't necessarily have to report that either because it's considered a donation. I think that's right.
Yeah,
So-
there's
You're
loopholes.
absolutely
There's
correct.
many,
yeah,
many
there's some
loopholes.
loopholes in
There
there.
is a loophole to that. I mean, you
Yeah.
do have to report your donations, but I don't think you have to report all of your donations.
Yeah, because they are
And-
donations.
Right.
It's not,
Yeah.
And
it's not
let me tell
revenue.
you, they are combing his taxes because I've seen his taxes, and some taxes he had that he received donations, and some taxes around the COVID-19 he said that he didn't receive donations, and I know why, because he probably was trying to collect COVID funding.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
and
Yes.
that raised a red flag to the IRS, which is why they froze his accounts.
That's they
Exactly.
put a lien on your account. The
All of a
IRS
sudden, your
does that.
donations just stop right there,
Mhm.
right there. And then
Well,
they
Les
remove
Likely
it.
says bad money management and mental illness, two combinations that shouldn't be in charge of any type of financial institution. But
Correct.
I have to tell you, I like Miss Rita. Miss Rita, you talking to my heart today, girl. She says, so we just show up to the auction, practice group economics, and buy the school.
Girl, I'm with you, Miss Rita.
Rita,
I got 5
that's a
on
great
it.
idea.
There is
I
no
got 5
school.
on it.
There is no school, Miss Rita. It's just a
I was
building.
talking
Had
about
a
the building.
No,
He
keep
Look,
it
has
up
a
in there.
building.
That's the
yeah.
thing. Like he's keeping the lights on and the thing. Like that's he's like the electricity on the at the school is gonna go out. Ain't nobody learning up in there. So it's like, well, how do we still keep? It's gonna cost $100,000. Did y'all hear what he said? It's gonna
Can
cost
I
Yes.
a
say
hundred
something
thousand.
about that, T?
Yeah.
Okay, because this is why he's the scammer of all scammers of the scammeriest. Okay, because with that, there were people donating their services to him.
Yeah,
Okay, there were electricians showing up to Dr. Umar saying, "Yes, we will fix the school. Our services is our donation." What happened to that?
Yeah.
yeah. He
What
wants the
happened to that?
money.
So
It's
many people were showing up to him. I'm a plumber. I'm a this. I'm a that. You know,
so dope.
I will donate my time as a donation to the whatever.
Because that's what
So
people
Exactly.
do. Y'all
why
hold it
now is he
down
still asking for $100,000 for the electricity?
because he wants your
And
money.
then you know what?
We
Okay,
want
one
your
thing where I
money.
saw him, the electricians came, they did some work for him, and then he came back to the public and said, "Oh, if you buy cheap, you have to do it again. So I need some money." And I said, "Come on, my ninja. I'm pretty sure they did a good job up there. I'm pretty sure they did."
Yeah.
Which goes to show you, us as a people, honestly, when we believe and we want something that we see that we believe is going to uplift our communities, you see how we get on board.
We do.
You know, all you got to do is say, I need a plumber. I need a this. And hey, I got some time. I got some resources. I got some, because not everybody has money, but they also may have skills. Like you said, they'll show up like that. But now listen, we all know about this. There's a lot of people who are conflicting with us in the comments. That's your prerogative, not a problem. We open to all opinions.
Yep.
But the thing that it boils down to is this: bad money management is bad money management. We talk about finances on this show, okay? And then let's not forget what is going on with Uncle Nearest, the only Black bourbon company that is out here that is now being sued because they have defaulted on their loans. Black people,
I didn't
if
hear
you're
that.
going to open a business, please make sure that you have the right people in place to help you with those funds. If you don't believe me on that, go look it up. It is all over the internet. It's near and dear to my heart. It's based out of Louisville, Kentucky. But there is a lot of things that are going on, and especially when it comes to things like this, like bourbon and whiskey and those types of things. When white corporate America wants a piece of that, they're not. If you get in any kind of trouble at all, they're going to come and take it over. If you don't believe that they don't watch us very closely in our success, I got a bridge to sell you. I really do, because you got to be very careful with how you run your businesses. For God's sake, there are free business courses out here, Basic Economics 101, to help you build your businesses. Now, of course, I feel like we're talking about a grifter and we're talking about bad money on the other side, but it all boils down to what? Bad money management.
I agree.
It's your education. It's what we do here. It's what we do here. We have the free resources at Fly Nubian Money. We have the Fly Nubian Money Club. There is no reason whatsoever right now that you can't get some kind of side hustle to put your money away and and learn the basic principles of business. Woo! Do I feel passionate?
I was about to say,
Yes, I do.
listen,
Yes, I do.
Lala's cussing y'all out right now.
Okay.
I don't even know where to go from there. No,
But Lala, you're absolutely right. We live in an information highway. We can open up our phone, our computer. We can go down the block and find out what we need to do to make money and to save money and to have our money work for us. Okay.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
There's no room for ignorance right now.
No. And this is another reason why we are also putting together our Black Business Directory. And I think this is a perfect time to put this in here before we go to final thoughts. Listen, we're not playing around with this. Just like we're calling you to black out today any businesses that don't appreciate our money and are proving it, We are hurting them. Walmart is closing very, very many stores right now. If you have not heard that, they're not getting the black dollars like they are supposed to. And some of them, that's the only place where people could shop. And guess what? They're picking up and pulling out. All right. So what does that say about them leaving our communities high and dry? Okay, Target, they keep reporting that going down, down, and down. And it's
Not
because
Target.
we can have power. We have power with our money. So if you have a business, you have a service, and you are serious about serving the people and you are a good business and you just are having trouble getting your name out there, this is why we have the Black Business Directory. It will be here soon. So send in all of your information, your business name, your email, your website, a bio about you, your phone number, everything to info@realvirtual.net. I'm so 1000% behind this because I am looking for your business because I have made it a priority to spend my business with my peoples. All right. And so we need you to do that. Now, with that being said, with all this passion, all these comments, I see all this stuff going on in the comments. I absolutely love every last one of y'all. It is time for us to wind down. And we're going to ask for final thoughts. I'm going to start with you, Yolanda. Please tell us your final thoughts on this and maybe a tip or two about how we can be a little more careful with our money and where we can find you.
Yes. So my final thoughts are this. Minister Farrakhan is ringing through my head. Okay. The great Minister Farrakhan, because he said a Black woman is going to do it. Bottom line. That's what he said it, not me. He said it. He said a Black woman is going to lift the Black community up where it needs to be. I mean, for a while now, we have been relying on our Black men to do the right thing. And we have been failing for a long time. And this is not to be a divide people out there in the internet land. Please, this is not dividing us. I'm only stating what Minister Farrakhan, a Black man said. So that resonates in my head. I really think that we shouldn't be angry when we give money to a cause and we find out that that person blew it. Because again, money is energy. The energy behind you giving the money was very pure and intentional. If that person sit there and mess it up, that's their karma, not yours. Believe me, the money that you have given will be returned to you tenfold. So never get mad when you give money and somebody misuse it. All right. My name is Yolanda Spivey. I am the broker to the stars. I do all types of insurances. I can even insure your pinky toe if you want your pinky toe insured. We do everything from the rooters to the suitors. Anyway, reach me at mwhitney.com because I know it's Tierra. mwhitney.com because, you know, I'm not that old. And you can also reach me across all social media platforms at Michael Whitney and Associates. That's the name of my company. Or Yolanda Spivey. Just reach me in, I don't know, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'm out there. But do reach me at mwhitney.com and I can help you out with any type of insurance you may need.
I love that. And every time she says that about her pinky toe, I always think of my favorite Harlem Night. You shot me in my pinky toe.
Yes.
Listen, but no, that's a joke to make you remember, but you can insure a lot of things that you didn't think that you can insure. And if you have a question about that, hey, can I insure such and such? I think now is a good time to make sure that you reach out to Yolanda and ask her because she can help guide you on what you can insure. And in today's world, if that's your livelihood, you better see if you can insure it. So please make sure that you go and check her out. Okay, Miss Black Hollywood. What's your final thoughts and where can we find you? And I know you got exciting things to announce.
Oh, yes.
Hello everyone. Right. So I'm so glad I jumped on because I was just like really passionate in the background. So thank you. I hopped on. So thank you for having me.
Yes.
But Yolanda said something that was interesting to me. She said, well, before I hopped on, this is what made me want to hop on. The idea that we shouldn't support each other's causes. It was like, oh, do you think we should give, to Black businesses or should we give to Black causes? And I think because of the way America is structured and our society is structured, Black people don't have access to the capital that they need. They can't go to a bank and readily get $1.7 million. So I do believe in the idea of turning to your community and saying, yo, I have this vision. I swear that I'll do right by y'all. This is what I'm building. I just need 5 people or 5 million people to give me $1, whatever it is. I believe in that. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I don't think entrepreneurs should be embarrassed about it. I just don't believe that. I think that we are here to help one another. I'm the one. I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna be like, how much is that? How much can I donate? Because like you said, Yolanda, once you give it, it's just like what you do with it is what you do with it. I remember wanting to get in on Jay Morrison's Tulsa Fund, but there was something in my spirit that just wouldn't let me. I don't know. I just saw the way he moved a little bit, and it gave like a little bit of a rapper or whatever. And I was like, let's see how that goes. I'm gonna invest later, whatever. But it doesn't mean that I just believe that we're all, I said that to say that we're all still learning. And just because there's a couple people that mismanage funds doesn't mean that all Black people are like that,
Correct.
that all Black people are scammers, that all Black business is bad. I just think I want us to just move away from that. And I wanted us to have this conversation today to really just talk about just making sure that we're still on the same page about supporting Black people. And if you resonate with a cause, I would just say be a little bit more vigilant before you keep sending money. If you don't see the result, if you don't see a school and it's just a shell, I was working with, and I'm about to get out of here, but I was working with someone who had a shell company, right? And I didn't know that it was a shell company, and he had all of these entities, but nothing was happening in them. He was just collecting money. And so it kind of reminds me of what's happening with Umar, and he ended up being sued and going to jail and all of that. So Black people, let's not do that. Let's not take advantage of each other like that. If you say you're gonna do something, do that thing. That's it. I love y'all for real. I love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. I can be reached across all platforms. I actually am going to release an album, y'all, on August 28th. It is called The Love Hangover. I really want to dedicate one of the shows. That's me. I'm gonna dedicate one of the shows. I'm gonna dedicate one of the shows maybe to have an album, like a listening party, so y'all can hear some of the songs and y'all can support a sister. So that is it. That's what I have going on. 8/28, and then a couple days later, the album will be open for Grammy consideration. And then we're gonna get on this stage and start to come to a town near you. And that's it.
Oh,
I
I'm
love
just
y'all. I
so
love y'all. I love
tickled.
y'all.
I
That's
love
awesome.
it. I absolutely love it. I
Yes.
love it, love it, love it. So please make sure that you are following Miss Black Hollywood, because we got a lot of things going on with her. And listen, y'all, when you're doing projects like this, you are pouring your heart and your soul into every ounce of it. When you are passionate about something and you are walking in your purpose, you are giving it everything that you got. So guess what? Get behind those who are doing that, because secretly you may be being a shadow artist. But if you're a shadow artist, step on out into the light and support those that are also doing it as well, because together we help uplift one another. We do have a question from Lynn. I'm going to address this because she's asked a couple times, is when do we go live? We go live Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And there's not been very many shows that we ever missed. May have been a Christmas, and that's about it. But we are here every day, Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. So if you're new to us, we welcome you. We thank you. Listen, we appreciate everybody
Just text
being
Queens.
here.
Just text
Oh,
Queens.
that's right. Text the word Queens, Queens, to 87948 to be notified when we go live every day. Okay? That's Queens, Queens, to 87948. Here's my final thoughts. Listen. Nobody is trying to tear anyone down. What we are saying is you have to have discernment. That is a very powerful word. If you get the icky cricky and you know something is not right, then use your discernment to support or not support. We are not here to tear down anyone. However, we are here to hold you accountable to our communities if you are not doing the right thing. That is only fair. That is actually our job to do. You do not get to come and hurt our communities and get away with it. If you're doing wrong, we're going to hold you accountable. I do that for myself. I do that for my clients. I do that for my family. Sometimes that makes me a little black sheep because I'm always going to do that. That's how we uplift our communities, by holding each other accountable. I am Laura Lalaki, international real estate agent and vocalist. And I have so many things going on right now, but I actually have a class. I've decided to make a home buying class every month. That is my first announcement for that. It's too late for tomorrow's class. However, we will have one next month as well. To be on that list, all you have to do is go to my website, laurakey.net, sign up for that, and you'll start getting notifications of when the next class is. You're going to learn everything about home ownership because I'm serious about it, baby. I mean, from the time you are thinking about keys to shoulda, to where I'm handing you keys, and you're going to understand every step of the way. So go to my website and sign up for that now. Tell a friend. All right. But that actually wraps up. What?
You better sign up. I was telling them, you better sign up. You know those little memes where people be like, while they're talking, it's like, you better do it. You better.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
We have had such a very spirited conversation today.
Yes.
And there's so many people that commented today. I can't do a whole lot of shout outs, but I do want to tell you, as a group and as our family, we appreciate you. There are many of you who come here every single day to every show. We are so grateful for you and we appreciate you so much. And you always support us as well. Some of you in the Fly Nubian Money Club. Some of you have come to our private classes. We appreciate you. So that wraps up today's discussion on public fundraising and responsibilities. But remember, supporting leaders is important, but financial literacy and accountability are essential to protect yourself and your community. Thank you for being here today. We will see you Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a blessed weekend. Peace out. Bye.